This is a guide to how to use a Doogheno buyer persona maker. This buyer persona maker was developed for B2B buyer personas, and we use it with all our clients. The buyer persona should be at the heart of all your marketing activities. If you have any questions about using this buyer persona, or how the buyer personas should be used once you've created it, please drop us a line. At the end of the buyer persona tool, we'll be able to send you a PDF of your buyer persona for you to use in your marketing activities. To start building your buyer persona, you need to give it a title. This is a title for your internal use. For example, it may be a buyer persona for an economic buyer. And then you need to define where you're getting the information from that you're using to base this buyer persona on. Have you done it through a series of interviews with your existing customers, surveys of existing customers or potential new target markets, other market research, or based purely on your experience? We've found if you're basing it purely on your experience, then you may well not be getting the full benefit of building a buyer persona. All you may be doing is just completing confirmation bias. We recommend that you do a series of interviews and surveys for every single buyer persona you create. If this is something you don't have the capability to do in-house, we're happy to help you. Drop us a line. And as always, drop us a line if there's anything you're not sure how to do while you're working through this buyer persona. The buyer persona will let you target exactly the customers that you want to be speaking to. You should start by giving the buyer persona a title for your internal use, such as economic buyer. And then you should define how you've got the information that you're building the buyer persona on. If you're basing this purely just on experience, you probably find that you'll end up just reinforcing your own beliefs. So what we suggest you do is run some interviews with the customers that you already have, survey more customers or survey potential customers, and do other market research. These are all things that we can do for you if you don't have the ability to do that in-house. Then we look at the company. We're defining the company that the persona actually works for before we delve into the persona. So we need to note what industry that is, what location they're in, how large the company is, what department that person will work in, who they report to, and importantly, their job title. So, for example, you may have somebody working within the telecoms industry, based in Brighton, in a company of 250 people. They work within the sales team, they report to the CEO, and the title is Sales Director. Then we start to look at the person. The buyer persona needs to feel like a real person, and as we go through this, we'll be fleshing them out. So first of all, you want to give them a name. And then when you think about them, what level of education do they have? Quite likely they're going to be professional and technical qualified people, and we feed that into the buyer persona. Then, giving them a little bit more character, we define their marital status and whether they have children, and of course their age. Then we start delving into actually the personality of the person. So this is important because when you start communicating with them, you need to know how they're going to feel and how they're going to react. For example, somebody who's a sales director probably has quite a different personality to somebody who's working in the IT team. So for example, we might make the sales director quite extrovert with only a small introvert level, but that may be reversed if we work in the IT team. And we just work through these through sensing, intuitive thinking, feeling, judging, perceiving. Then we look at their personality traits in more detail. Are they tech savvy? Are they an early adopter? Are they money conscious? Are they hard-working? All of them will be hard-working, I'm sure. And then we look at what their motivations are. Are they motivated by an incentive, such as a sales director? Are they motivated by fear, such as projects failing, or achievement, or growth within the organisation? What we're doing here is building a round idea of that person that we're going to be targeting. Then we look at their responsibilities. Now, these responsibilities might be people management, and if it is people management, the size of their team. Do they control a budget? What is that budget size? How is their role measured, such as driving revenue? And very importantly, what challenges does that person have within their role? These are the challenges and problems which your products or services are likely to be resolving. So this is a real area which you need to spend some time exploring. And this is where those interviews become really important, because you actually get some real world examples from your customers. You're going to have to get in front of this persona to sell your services. You need to know where they go to look for information. Are they looking on blogs? Are they looking at newsletters? List all the different publications and places where your persona will be getting their information from. This will help you target where you put advertising, or whether you're creating social media posts, or even looking at what competitors are already advertising to your potential prospects in publications. And how you get in front of your persona will be important. Will they be responding to emails? Do they want to receive telephone calls? Understanding how your persona prefers to communicate will help you be able to target where and how you send your messaging. And once you're finished filling in this persona, just pop in your name and your email, and we'll send you the PDF directly across to you. If at any time you need help while filling in this persona, just drop us an email and we can schedule a call.